Alright guys, so time for another episode of Will It Kart. In this one, we're gonna go amphibious after the kiddie pool. Instead of driving inside of water, we're gonna drive over water. So the first step of this is going to be just getting rid of this monstrosity. It was fun while it lasted. If you haven't seen the video, please check it out. It's a banger. So yeah, let's cut these zip ties. Paddleboard, I think, is gonna be the route for this one. Honestly, I think it's the easiest way to do it. All we need to do is just make a cradle for underneath of the cart to mount the paddleboard. Paddleboards can hold a ton of weight, and then it'll give us, the hard part's gonna be getting enough tire clearance, so we'll be able to actually drive while the paddleboard's underneath. So let's get to work getting the skate pool off. All right, you did that. That's all she wrote.
Bare frame. Blank canvas for the next step in the evolution.
One down, one more to go. At this point, we still have no idea how we're going to attach the paddleboard. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut off the rear subframe, or make it into a subframe by just chopping it off, because I feel like we're going to have to do something up and then over with the frame here. But we don't really know yet. We just really need to start moving stuff around and figuring it out. So I guess let's just cut some stuff, see if it fits.
Not even ground
So,
But that doesn't change anything.
no, I'm just thinking of how we can raise the height of the paddleboard.
Flip it over.
Here, try to put it on top of the frame. What can we do there?
Where do we sit on this? We sit like back here, right? Steering column going like.
It'd be way too hot. No, well, it'd be too top heavy. It pretty much needs to go under. Basically, what we're gonna try to do is, here, if you come over to the paddleboard, we're gonna try to mount this somewhere above like this, and then have basically this just with an extension running to where the wheels are so we can turn back and forth. Still don't really know what's going on, but we have more of an idea of what we're doing. We widened this frame actually by like a lot. But now, that'll work. Slide right on like so. Oh yeah, I see it already. So now what we're gonna do is, so with our Go Power Sports steering rack here, we'll be able to make a bar that kind of comes up over and then like this. This will be inside of it. And then we'll just have to extend these tie rod ends here, and then just have a longer extension bar that comes up and down to there. But I mean, with this stuff here, there's plenty of room for our brake off the side, and then we have full articulation both ways. So it's awesome.
Perfect!
Because we can't have our engine basically in the water, we're just gonna unbolt it, and then later on, when we have the main frame figured out, we'll have it higher up, but for now we'll just unbolt everything and just make the main frame that can go under the paddleboard. Teamwork. Welcome to Custom Frame Building. I'm your host Daniel. Let's weld some stuff. Enter paddleboard.
Oh yeah.
Hey, this is nice. Actually, this looks like, it looks proportional. This is gonna be sick.
This is perfect.
See, so now what we need to do is we need basically a cradle here and a cradle up here. That way the paddleboard will just kind of be held in here, because I do like this paddleboard and I want it to be a paddleboard again. Put one more tack on. So right now what we're doing is we're tacking this down while Joe's putting pressure on here. You can see our rack is here. We're gonna have to extend these, but this is actually really promising. And after we put these supports in, we're gonna give it a little float test. That way if it sinks, we don't continue any further, but I think we should be pretty good. Dude, yes! This is gorgeous! Oh my god! Here. Yo! This thing floats like a dream!
Floats like a boat.
Like actually, like this thing, I mean this is awesome. We need to get one other, Jason needs to hop on this.
Hopping on. Oh god, jeez. Okay, just like,
Don't jump.
bring it in, boys.
This will be like engine test. Whoa.
Dude,
Get back here more.
that's close. So yeah, somebody will be sitting there and the engine will be there.
Oh. Get out, come on. Jump up, jump.
I don't have any extra tanks.
Okay, so like,
Need some new pants.
okay. So now we know one other, so like engine and stuff, like we're gonna need some weight reduction on this thing. Cause that
extra flotation.
Or extra flotation, but I don't know. Let's put the engine on and then we're really gonna see what's going on. Overall, the water test went really, really well. I mean, we were standing in it was fine. But it was once Jason got on, the weight was a little bit too much. And I mean, we're not gonna be riding with two people, but I don't, just with the weight of the engine and maybe if we wanna add like a motor on the back to like propel it in the water, we decided it'd be a good idea to add some of these buoys or fenders just right underneath here. That way it gives it a little bit more support. And it should be, you know, it's pretty convenient. I mean, each of these buoys was like 10 bucks. So that's a pretty good deal. As far as drivetrain goes.
So we're just gonna mount another Go Power Sports engine plate right above our other one. So then we'll do a little spacer so we can actually put bolts in here. But then we'll have a little spacer here, and then we'll just have like a little L going down. And that should be enough support.
Yeah, and I don't think the weight off to the side will be too much. Alright, try some water. Just on this metal. Just on the cross member, like where the paddleboard is. Big moment here. Engine plate is on. Man, that is awesome.
Let's get the full scope.
This is where we start getting a little bit worried about just having so much weight off center. So, but I mean, it's not terribly heavy, but it's definitely not light at all. So, definitely gonna want to stick a buoy right under here. But I mean, a buoy has enough buoyant force to support like just a person. So, I think 4 of those under the paddleboard should give it the lift it needs. All right, guys, some serious engineering went down on the steering, but turn the wheel. Wheels turn thanks to Go Power Sports rack and pinion. But so what we did here was we basically welded a little bolt to the bottom of this bar and then made a little point there. That way it'd raise it to the height of the paddleboard. That way our rack and pinion isn't underwater and stuff. Same here. And then right now, Jason's just working on the brake, which again, we're just gonna use the same hand lever that was on the kiddie pool. So
with a strengthened bolt this time, so that hopefully won't bend.
So right now we're just gonna see if it goes before like we take it out to the brake and stuff. But engine's on, chain's on, steering's on, should be all ready to go. All right, cue the montage. We're taking her in the water. All right, guys, it's game time. Joe's all suited up.
Yeah, I'm excited with a slight dose of skepticism, but we'll see how it does in the water.
Yeah, momentum's gonna be the name of the game. We don't have any like propulsion system yet, but this is gonna be all proof of concept in this first one. So cross our fingers, hopefully she stays afloat. A little bit of gas.
Go!
Get some gas!
Keep going!
Stop! Alright, let's just see.
Does it float?
Bro, yes!
Joe, try and give a guess, see if it does anything.
Alright, she floats like a boat!
Yeah, so, I mean, we're gonna have to give it some more momentum on launches and stuff. That's just kind of the problem with the one-wheel peel, but there's no way we could use a live axle setup on this. We got our paddle here so we can get around. Nice. This is sick. So we gotta figure out, we got some steering alignment issues just because of the raised up.
Try giving a guess, Joe.
Like a lot. Doesn't really do much. It probably will go backwards, honestly.
It does do a little bit, maybe.
So if you can't tell already, we're having severe traction issues. We honestly probably shouldn't have tested it here. This terrain isn't really made for this cart. Basically we just need concrete boat launches, but this is all we can access right now. So I'm just gonna try to get some momentum because I really want to see it fly in and then coast off into the distance. I think that'd be pretty cool. So give it a shot. Here goes nothing.
Not bad. The expanse. This thing's pretty sweet. Engine's doing good. That does nothing for propulsion. It just goes in I guess it's like just counter forces in all directions. But I'm actually like today on Craigslist, I'm gonna go look at a 23 horse, or not 23 horse, 3 horse outboard motor that we can just stick on the back of this thing like a little 2-stroke. That'd be pretty cool because if this thing could do pretty well on water and land, that'd be so fun. All right guys, thanks for watching. This is one hell of an episode. So, and it is a one-wheel peeler, so this really isn't the place we should be testing it. We just couldn't get to a boat launch today. We'll have to find one later. I think I know a pretty good lake where we can go and there's plenty of space for us to drive around. So, but as far as this thing goes, it's amazing that we were able to get this all done and floating in a couple of days in one episode. So that's really good. Phase 2 of this thing is gonna be adding some sort of outboard motor or like trolling motor, something like that. So be sure to stay tuned for that because that's gonna make this thing pretty good on road and in the water. Thank you Go Power Sports. Literally everything on this cart except for the paddle boards from Go Power Sports. And without the rack and pinion, we couldn't get any of this stuff done just because of how it has to go around it. And it's a really solid unit. All this stuff is gonna be in the description, so be sure to check it out. On that note, thank you guys for watching, and this is the second episode of Will It Kart, so let us know what you guys think we should do and put on a kart. Just put it in the comments. I mean, this is a pretty good series. We're having a ton of fun filming this, so thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and see you next time.